I've got a sad little one. I'm going to show you how I make my bulletproof hot cocoa, and this is what I have most mornings. I'll start with some water and I microwave that, and then these are little cups that I put all the ingredients, the dry ingredients in. There's 1 tablespoon of cocoa, 2 tablespoons of plain whey protein, and a teaspoon of Truvia. Then I'm going to add actually 4 tablespoons of half and half, and then 1 tablespoon of coconut oil. I've been liking that blend. Sometimes I change it up, but that's what I'm going to have today. Alright, here's my bulletproof cocoa, and I can't remember how many carbs it is, but I'll put it here in just a second. But it is 7 points. Points plus. Okay, so I'm going to show you the template that I'm following to build my meals. This is from Dr. Ludwig's book, Always Hungry. I first learned about Dr. Ludwig when he was interviewed by Dave Asprey on Bulletproof Radio. And Dave Asprey's book, The Bulletproof Diet, is what really changed my life and made me want to adapt a way of eating that is high fat and low carb. And Dr. Ludwig is also an expert in that field. So, the percentages are, you know, they are a little bit different than like a traditional ketogenic diet, but that's not actually what I'm following. So hopefully nobody's confused. I'm not doing a keto diet. I am just doing higher fat, low carb, with the goal of about 50 carbs. So this is how I build my meals. First, you pick a base protein. So depending on what you pick for your protein, it gives you an amount to pick. So you can kind of see there's different options. So right now I'm picking a base of 3 eggs. They're cooking right now. And then if you need to add more protein, which only happens if you pick from this middle category, then you pick from Greek yogurt, beans, cheese, nuts, or nut butter. So you pick one of those. So I'm having a half a cup of Greek yogurt. It's whole milk. It's actually homemade. And then you add some more fat. So either dressings, oils, heavy cream, coconut milk, nuts or nut butter, or an avocado. And then depending on, you know, which column you've chosen from, that's kind of how these things go. Then add non-starchy carbohydrate if you need it, which would be beans, bean soups, vegetable soup, or 1 cup of non-tropical fruit. So I'm trying to keep it as low carb as possible, so I'm not adding a starch. Then it says add non-starchy vegetables, unlimited raw or cooked salad as desired. So I'm going to be adding in a bunch of spinach, and then for my extra fat, I will be having some blue cheese. So that's where I'm going to start my lunch. Now, when he moves you into phase 2, it's on a different sheet, you are allowed to have some whole grains like oats, quinoa, that sort of thing. So sometimes I also have 1/4 of a cup of oatmeal for lunch, but I'm going to see how I feel just with the eggs and the yogurt and the spinach and the blue cheese. And then if I'm still hungry, then I know I can always eat that. So if you're just wondering how I've come up with some of these meals, this is how. Okay, if you guys have watched any of my food videos since I've had my baby, you've probably seen this meal a lot, except for today, it's missing the oatmeal. So this is just 3 eggs, a pan full of spinach. I didn't weigh or measure it. I did use a teaspoon of olive oil for some extra fat, and 2 tablespoons of blue cheese. And then this is just my half a cup of Greek yogurt. And then I'm almost done with my 50 ounces of lemon water. Got that idea from the lovely Kim over at the Fit and Fabulous Mama. And so let me show you the phase 2 meal template that I use to kind of make my meals as well. So this would be where they add a starchy vegetable or whole grain, and this is optional. So that's why I don't do it all the time. But these are the grains or the starchy vegetables that Dr. Ludwig advises that you stick to during the weight loss phase. and you know, just try to avoid the really sugary fruits. No flour, sugar, potatoes, or other simple carbohydrates allowed, except for a very small amount of honey or maple syrup, as per the book. So I loved his book. I loved his book. I listened to some of the chapters over and over, and I thought it was really great. So anyway, that's probably for another video, but this is my lunch for today. Dinner time, and we are trying 2 new foods tonight, and one food that we have every week. So this is called pork. Oh, Simon, wait just a second, please. This is called pork carnitas. Our butcher sells it, and it's just lean pork roast that I cook in the Instant Pot, and I season it myself. Well, I season it myself this time. Sometimes we buy it pre-seasoned, and it's so delicious. And I put 8 ounces on, and it just seems like a lot of meat, but I needed some more protein today. And then this is 50 grams of a yam, and I believe that this is 10 carbs, and then this is a serving of this mixed vegetables for another 10 carbs. So this is 20 carbs for dinner. So I'm actually over on my carbs today, thanks to my dessert that I had first thing this morning. Without that, I probably would have been pretty close. So I think today is my first, like, well, I guess it's not my first day, but trying to get back to the high-fat, low-carb, staying around 50 carbs wasn't too bad. So I'm going to eat this, and then I'll be done eating for today. Today, I ended the day at about 55 carbs. That's total carbs, not subtracting any of the net. At dinner, I did not have my full serving of the yam and the vegetables. I just didn't think I needed it, and I didn't really want to spend 20 carbs on that. So dinner was 10 carbs, and then you saw everything else except for I did have a snack. That was a tablespoon of coconut butter and a tablespoon of peanut butter. So that was a few carbs, but overall on my tracker, I ended the day at, I think it was 55. I have to go back and double check. See, I can't even remember, but it was a little bit over 55 carbs. So on a normal day when I'm not having some of my bestie's cherry dessert that she makes every President's Day in honor of presidents who, I guess there's a story of a cherry tree. Okay, she is totally going to wake up. Anyway, I will not be having that every day. So tomorrow I will be right at 50 for the carbs, and I felt like today was a good day. So I'm going to be vlogging what I eat in a day for the next few days, just to help me stay accountable, help me get on track with eating high fat, low carb, and I feel really good. I don't feel hungry. I don't feel deprived. It really wasn't that hard. And so yeah, I'll see you in my next one. Thanks for watching.